coming at you live with another video, man. And I want to come up here, man, and talk about Stephanie Vaquer. I want to come up here, man, and talk about Stephanie Vaquer, man, and give my takes about what took place last night. And I see somebody watching and I see somebody watching comment below so I know who you are. All right, what's up? You're a wrestling fan? Let me know if you're a wrestling fan. You may be in the wrong chat. What's up? No, I just like the hat, man. I'm not into football or basketball, baseball or hockey. I'm not into sports. I just like hats. I like hats. What was uncalled for? Oh, what's up, Chris? Yeah, I just like hats, man. I ain't into sports. I just like hats. I love hats. What's up? All right, man. We got 6 people up in the building. Okay, I got Chris up in here. So you a wrestling fan. So all right, but I'm gonna go ahead and get down to the nitty gritty. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Uh, but I want to talk about Stephanie Vaquer getting visually attacked by Raquel last night. You know what I'm saying? So I want to give my takes about that. And due to you know what I'm saying, what happened. So Stephanie Vaquer may likely be taken off maybe getting written off television. So if she gets written off of television, you know that only means one thing. She's about to relinquish the women's world title. So if that happens, Raquel is gonna win it. Raquel is gonna win it. Some is saying that her title run may be a flop. Honestly, it should have been Nikki Bella. If Nikki Bella wins the title, if Nikki Bella wins the title, then That can open up the door for Raquel to go ahead and win it. But how it was booked last night, Raquel may be winning the strap. So if she wins the strap, then Liv Morgan versus Raquel, we know that we're not going to have a heel versus heel match. But I do want to see Raquel. I do want to see Liv Morgan and Raquel go 1-on-1 at WrestleMania 42. You know they always got to have it babyface versus heel. You know what I'm saying? So now where do we go from here? Because Raquel might be winning the title. Now, if Nikki Bella was to win the title, what they could do is they could have Raquel to win it from Nikki Bella. You know, Nikki Bella keep it for maybe 100 days at the max. Because Nikki Bella right now, she has momentum. Nikki Bella has momentum. And her winning the women's world title, I wouldn't have an issue with that. I wouldn't have an issue with that. You said she's being treated unfairly. How? She's been killing it on the main roster. Well, I mean, how she's been treated fairly? Answer the question. I respond. And I got hating ass fans saying that a lot of us wrestling fans like me only support Stephanie Vaquer because she got a fat ass. No, it's not. Me too, man. I'm still pissed off about Maxine pre-loss too. Don't even get me started on that, man. Don't even get me started on that. Maxine Dupree got fucked over. But I want to talk about Stephanie. So Stephanie may have to relinquish the title. So honestly, if I say who should more so win the strap, I'm gonna say Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella wins the strap due to Stephanie having to relinquish it. Then Raquel wins it from Stephanie. Raquel wins it from Stephanie. Then Liv Morgan wins the Women's Royal Rumble. She wins the Women's Royal Rumble, and she eventually turns on Raquel, later on down the line to put her on notice to let her know she's coming for the Women's World Strap. She's coming for the strap. So we get Liv Morgan versus Raquel. We get a strong-headed feud between Liv Morgan and Raquel. They build a story between Liv Morgan and Raquel going into WrestleMania 42, a strong-headed feud. They face off at WrestleMania 42. Liv Morgan gets her redemption match off Raquel. No, get your goofy ass out of my chat, whoever you are. Get your goofy ass out. Oh, okay, all right, okay, all right, all right. She has though. So my thing is, you know what I'm saying? If they had Nikki Bella to win the strap instead, because I'm pretty sure Stephanie's going to be written off of television. So if they have Nikki Bella to win the title, that could open up the door for Raquel to come after Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella keep it for 100 days or maybe or something like that. Then Raquel comes out of nowhere and she comes for Nikki Bella. She take the strap off Nikki Bella. He takes this. He takes the. She takes the strap off Nikki Bella. That opens up the door for Liv Morgan to win the Women's Royal Rumble. She wins the Women's Royal Rumble, and like I said, later on down the line, she turns on Raquel and put her on notice and let her know that she's coming for the strap. So that build a story, just like I said, between Liv Morgan and Raquel going into WrestleMania 42, a strong heated feud. And Liv Morgan gets her first redemption match off Raquel by pinning her for the first time in her career, also to win the women's world title. That's not a bad idea. Some dumbass said we get Nikki Bella to win the title, and we get Nikki Bella versus AJ Lee at WrestleMania 42. I listen. I don't want to see that fucking match. It's mediocre. That's what it is, man. It's mediocre. And some said that if Raquel wins the title, it's going to flop. Not if she's fucking booked properly. Not if they book it the right way. I prefer old styles and old school wrestling. Me too, man. Me too. Me too. I love old school wrestling. Like I said before, like I said several times, wrestling back in the 70s, 80s, 90s, and down to the 2000s, down to the early 2000s and mid 2000s were at its peak. We don't get that anymore. We don't get that anymore. So yes, she is. She is. But Nikki Bella's still around. So if they had Nikki Bella to win the strap first, then Raquel could win it from Nikki Bella. Like have Raquel to be a little more patient and wait when to strike. And like I said, Nikki Bella can win the women's world title. She has her own podcast. She can go on her podcast with that women's world title and constantly brag about being the women's world champion and brag about how she's the best in the business. She's paved the way for all these today's female wrestlers that's wrestling today. She can keep bragging about it. And then eventually Raquel comes out of nowhere and put her on notice. Some people said me Maxine is not worth WrestleMania worthy. Anyway, look, they oh don't I wouldn't pay that shit no mind, Alyssa. Don't pay that shit no mind. Now I will say this about Maxine. The promo she did, it was half decent. She said to Becky Lynch how she's going to get better and all that. No, why would they book her to say some shit like that on the mic when you're already the women's IC champion? It ain't no you're going to get better. You should already be better at because you're the champion. All that underdog shit goes out the window when you win that strap. Whether if it's the women's tag team strap, the women's IC strap, the women's US strap, and the women's world strap. All that underdog shit, you gonna get better goes out the window immediately because you're the champion. You're the target now. Ain't no getting better. You should already be at your best. And somebody said this, and I agree with that. So why would they book Maxine Dupree to say that shit in her promo? But other than that, Maxine Dupree can wrestle. And all this shit about man, Maxine Dupree possibly working on her honeymoon. And I said I take back everything. I said no, fuck no, take back all that shit for what? Take it back for what? Maxine Dupree, and I thought about it. I thought about it and I felt silly as hell as I should. Why the fuck would Maxine Dupree be on the honeymoon for 3 months? Make it make sense. Come on now. So Maxine Dupree should have lost that fucking title, but no, they're gonna have Maxine Dupree to lose the title just for us to get Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee at WrestleMania 42. Like someone cares. I don't. Who cares about that match? And I damn sure don't want to see Nikki Bella versus AJ Lee at WrestleMania 42. King Mike came up with that damn idea. And want to talk shit to the ones that wants to see Liv Morgan versus Raquel at WrestleMania 42. That match will be trending because first and foremost, Liv Morgan and Raquel has great chemistry. So of course I would pick that match over Nikki Bella versus AJ Lee. So If I'm being honest, now that I think about it, I think they kind of rushed Raquel into the title picture a little too soon. They should have had if it's official that Stephanie Vaquer is gonna be written off of television due to an injury, and Raquel visually attacking her and injuring her leg some more, then what they need to do is what they should do is because you know what I'm saying they had Raquel to strike too fast. They had Raquel to strike too fast. It should have been Nikki Bella. I ain't saying like I wanted her to attack Stephanie, but Nikki Bella attacking Stephanie again last night would have been a better choice because Nikki can be that thorn in Stephanie's side. And they had Nikki Bella to attack Stephanie Vaquer last night and know what I'm saying, injure her leg some more. And if Stephanie getting written off of television because of Nikki Bella, that opens up the door for Nikki Bella to finally win the strap. That opens up the door for Nikki Bella to win the strap. So when she wins the strap, this time Raquel plays it cool. She plays it cool. Let Nikki Bella get her shit off, and she wait till the right time to strike, and then put Nikki Bella on notice and then take the title off of her. Because Nikki Bella, like I said, Nikki Bella could go on her podcast and brag about being the women's world champion, saying she's better than everybody in the women's division, saying how she paved the way for all these female wrestlers in today's era. And she keep going and she keeps bragging and bragging every week. So she gets to 100 days as women's world champion. That's when Raquel go ahead and strike out of nowhere and put her on notice and let her know she's coming for the strap. And she take the title off of her. You know what I'm saying? They could have done it like that. That would make more sense. Who the fuck cares about Nikki Bella versus AJ Lee at WrestleMania 42? I know damn well I don't. AJ is a lousy wrestler, skipping like a 60-year-old schoolgirl. So yeah, man. So Triple H fucked that up. Triple H fucked that up. Anybody that know my channel, man, subscribe to my YouTube channel, man. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. So Triple H has been fucking up calls, man. I'm telling you, AJ Liv Morgan versus Raquel Rodriguez at WrestleMania 42 is the best way to go. That's the way to go. Happy birthday, whoever you are. Nah, man. AJ Lee is overhyped. And King might bring up the idea of Nikki Bella versus AJ Lee going into WrestleMania 42. Man, shut the fuck up. Nobody give a fuck about that match. I ain't doing all that, man. I'll tell you happy birthday and that's it. And enjoy your day. I'm not gonna answer that. I'm not gonna answer that silly ass question about Diddy. Her are better than her. Roxanne, Liv, and Gigi. Yeah. And who could have won the title from Roxanne? Who I wouldn't have mind winning it from Roxanne not Roxanne. Who I wouldn't mind the title winning from Maxine. Who I wouldn't have mind to win the title from Maxine eventually is Roxanne Perez. Because Maxine Dupree and Roxanne Perez are two of my favorite female wrestlers. Although I like Roxanne better, but Roxanne Perez would be a good choice to win to be the next women's IC champion. Whoever that is, what's up, man? Anybody new here, subscribe to my channel. All new subscribers in here that watch wrestling, subscribe to my channel. I love doing wrestling content. So yeah, man. So man. We Liv Morgan versus Rock. Liv Morgan is the one who needs to win the damn Royal Rumble. I don't care what nobody say. Somebody said AJ Lee needs to win it. No, hell no. No. I strongly disagree with that shit. King Mike said that shit. AJ Lee needs to win the Women's Royal Rumble, and her and Nikki Bella face off at WrestleMania 42. Man, get out of here with that shit, man. Get out of here with that shit. Yeah, King Mike said AJ Lee should win the Women's Royal Rumble, and we should get Nikki Bella versus AJ Lee at WrestleMania 42. Man, look, get out of here with that shit. Fuck out of here with that. No, Liv Morgan versus Raquel Rodriguez at WrestleMania for the Women's World Title is the money match. That's the money match. That's the money match. I'm telling you, that's the damn money match. Because they got great chemistry. Yeah, man. So Becky real, not relevant without title. They're not. They're not. They're not. They're definitely not. Exactly. And that's who needs to win. I will say they bought her back too soon. They bought Liv Morgan back too soon. But it still won't hurt for Liv Morgan to win the Women's Royal Rumble this year for sure. It's not going to hurt. It's not going to hurt. And I still hope she wins because she's definitely my main pick for this year's Women's Royal Rumble for sure. She's definitely one of my main picks. If Alexa Bliss in it, you know damn well she's got to be one of my top main picks, right along with Liv Morgan. Tiffany Stratton may return. She's going to have to be one of my backup picks. Call me biased, call it whatever. Those are three of my top favorites. But yeah, man, I think it should have been Nikki Bella to attack Stephanie. Well, I'm hold on. I'm not saying I wanted her Nikki Bella to attack because Stephanie is one of my favorites. I love Steph, but if Nikki Bella wouldn't have been the person to attack Stephanie last night, that would have made more sense because Nikki would have been that thorn in Stephanie's side. Then being that she got pinned, she could have won out there last night. She could have, if she was the one to attack Stephanie last night and injure her leg up some more, it would have made a little more sense. That would have made a little more sense. And Stephanie gets written off television and Nikki wins the title. Because Nikki Bella is somebody that like to attack you from behind and sneak you and stuff like that. So it would have made more sense for her to be the person to attack Stephanie rather than have Raquel to do it. This time they could have had Raquel to play it patient this time. Play it patient. And when Nikki Bella had the title constantly bragging about she's the best in the women's division. No, nobody could compare to her and all that kind of stuff going on the podcast, bragging about a women's world title. Like I said, how she paved the way and all that for the women's division, and saying that the women's division going to put some respect on her name, saying how WWE is going to put some respect on her name and all the women and all the female wrestlers. Then Raquel comes out of nowhere and go ahead and put her on nose and take the strap off of her. Whoever wins the WWE Women's title, Women's World title, the belt for Naomi. The belt is for Naomi. Keep the belt for Naomi. Ain't a fan of Naomi, man, but I'm gonna let you run with that. Nah, Naomi is sitting at home channeling what's going on. I know she is. I know she is. I know she is. She definitely is. But I'm not surprised if Naomi returns, she's gonna win the title. Hey man, I'm already prepared. I'm prepared. I'm prepared for that. But so yeah, man. So I don't see Stephanie. I don't see Stephanie. You know what I'm saying? Still still holding the title. It's pointless. She's injured, and Raquel did more damage, so she's likely going to be written off television. That sucks though. It sucks. I didn't want to see Stephanie drop the damn title. I didn't want to see that. Naomi ain't coming back until 2028, but she's plotting though. Okay, she ain't coming back till 2028. Okay. Damn, that's 2 more years from now. Yeah, yeah, man. So yeah, man. So yeah, Triple H, man. Triple H, he can't book worth a damn. He's fucking up. I'm just saying, or maybe he's been fucking up a lot of calls, man. You know, there was no reason for Maxine to lose that fucking title last night. You know, Becky Lynch is fucking boring. Becky Lynch is boring. Real and Io Sky won back the titles. They won back the straps. They won the straps. So now, man, at this point now, where do we go with Liv Morgan? Cause my thing is, if Raquel could have turned face, that probably would have made more sense for Raquel to turn face and go ahead and leave the Judgment Day. But like I said, um, because we can't have two heels at wrestling at WrestleMania. We could, but they wouldn't allow that. They wouldn't allow that because Raquel is a heel and Liv Morgan is a heel. So could they? I mean, could they still book Raquel versus Liv Morgan versus Raquel for the Women's World Title going into WrestleMania 42? Although they both are heels. I mean, yeah, possibly because Liv Morgan already was pissed off at the fact that Raquel went to Adam Pearce to get a title opportunity, and then Raquel is still going after Stephanie for the title, and she's likely to win it because um pretty sure Stephanie's getting written off of television. So we could still likely get Liv Morgan versus Raquel going into WrestleMania. So Liv Morgan just turns on Raquel because Liv Morgan wanted to win the title, and she's already she already didn't like the fact that Raquel got a title shot against Stephanie, and Raquel is still after Stephanie, so it's still likely to happen. But I don't think they're going to go with the heel versus heel match. They don't do heel versus heel matches. That's why I say it should have been Nikki Bella to strike again last night. Then Raquel put Nikki Bella on notice for the title and dethroned her for it. But what y'all think, man? Y'all give me y'all takes about my solutions about this. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? It's just something to think about, man. Because we all know Liv Morgan wants the women's world title just like Raquel. Yeah. The idea can work. And like I said, I mean, being that being that Raquel is still a heel and she's gonna win it, she's probably gonna win the title eventually because Stephanie's gonna get written off television. Might as well go ahead and book Liv Morgan to turn on Raquel eventually. Oh, what? Hold on. What they could do when Raquel wins the strap, just go ahead and let's go with Nikki Bella versus Raquel for the strap. We get a feud between those two. Cause you know what I'm saying, you could go ahead and book a feud between Nikki Bella and Raquel. Just go with that solution. I'm trying to give you know, so you know some I'm trying to give some great valid takes. Cause Nikki Bella ain't going nowhere. Nikki Bella ain't going nowhere. So what they could do, just have Nikki Bella to come after Raquel. Raquel wins the title. She wins the strap. She wins the strap, or when they vacate the title, Nikki Bella versus Raquel. And let's say if Nikki Bella wins it, Nikki Bella wins in a dirty fashion against Raquel. She wins in a dirty fashion against Raquel. You know what I'm saying? Because let's already be honest, Liv Morgan already pissed off, already don't like the fact that Raquel, you know what I'm saying, got a title opportunity when Liv Morgan wanted to win it. And she wanted Roxanne Perez and Raquel to win the women's tag team championships, and she had the world title. So what they do is triple they Adam Pearce can vacate the women's world title if Stephanie Vaquer gets written off. If Stephanie gets written off television, if Stephanie Vaquer gets written off television, Adam Pearce can vacate the title, and he can have Nikki Bella and Raquel Rodriguez to face off for the women's world title. Do that. Nikki Bella wins in a dirty fashion. She wins in a dirty fashion against Raquel. And let's just say how, you know what I'm saying, because Liv Morgan can be like, Liv Morgan can tell Raquel that she don't have to go out there or whatever. Well, no, Raquel can tell Liv Morgan you know what I'm saying, she don't need them to come out there and help her win against Nikki Bella. She got this. That's what she tell Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez. So when Raquel does that, you know Liv Morgan is gonna definitely nicely tell her, yeah, Liv Morgan's gonna definitely nicely agree with that solution by Raquel by telling her and Roxanne, don't go out there and help her win the title against Nikki Bella. Liv Morgan is gonna definitely agree with that solution because she's already pissed off at the fact, you know what I'm saying? She's already, you know what I'm saying, pissed off at the fact that Raquel got a title opportunity, you know what I'm saying, against Stephanie Vaquer. She already knows that. So Raquel tells Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez that they are not to go out there tonight to help her win against Nikki Bella. She got this. You know what I'm saying? So Nikki Bella, Liv Morgan be like, okay, okay, and Roxanne Perez will agree too. But Liv Morgan is really like happy that Raquel told her that. So Nikki Bella and Raquel squares off in a one-on-one match. And Nikki Bella wins clean. No, Nikki Bella wins dirty against Raquel Rodriguez. She wins dirty. But the feud continue. They let the feud continue. And then Raquel Rodriguez eventually wins it back from Nikki Bella. So when Raquel Rodriguez finally wins the women's world title, what they can do is Nikki Liv Morgan acts like she's so happy for Raquel winning the women's world title, including Roxanne Perez. But Liv Morgan's already since Raquel already done won the title. You know what I'm saying? Liv Morgan is already, you know what I'm saying, plotting and cooking up how she's going to turn on Raquel. So she plays it natural. She plays it natural and wait for the perfect time to strike and come out of nowhere and turn on Raquel when Raquel is not expecting it. Then she puts her on notice for the women's world title. They could book it that way. Vacate the title and have Nikki Bella and Raquel Rodriguez to face off for it. Nikki Bella wins dirty against Raquel Rodriguez. She wins dirty. But it's not over. It's not over. It's not over. And Nikki Bella can go on a tear, constantly be on her podcast with the women's world title and just bragging how she's the best in the women's division and how she paved the way for all these female wrestlers in today's wrestling, and say how they're gonna put some respect on her name. Just talking trash, bragging. But the feud is not over between her and Raquel. You know what I'm saying? When Raquel eventually wins the title, she eventually wins the feud and the title from Nikki Bella. She eventually wins it. And have Stephanie Vaquer to get up maybe to 100 days at the max as women's world champion. Yeah, what? I can't believe you asked me that question. Yeah, of course, Judgment Day is a heel group. It's been a heel group, although it's watered down now. But yeah, what kind of question is that? Can't believe you asked me that. So yeah, man, that's the best solution I can go with. And since they booked Raquel to attack Stephanie Vaquer last night, that would be that might as well just go with that solution. And when Raquel thinks she has the match won against Nikki Bella when comes up with a dirty underhanded trick. She comes up with a dirty trick to win dirty against Raquel, and she finally wins the strap because Nikki Bella hasn't gone nowhere. So since they booked Raquel to take out Stephanie last night, might as well go ahead. I'm pretty sure Stephanie is likely to relinquish the title due to Stephanie viciously attacking her last night and injuring her leg some more. Like I said, might as well go ahead. Might as well go ahead and book Stephanie, book have Adam Pearce vacate the title. And Nikki Bella let it be known, Raquel not so fast. Nah, you ain't about to just win the title like that. So she puts Raquel on notice. So Adam Pearce go ahead and book the match between Nikki Bella versus Raquel versus Nikki Bella for the women's world title. And Nikki Bella is the one to win it. She wins dirty. Because we know she's not gonna win clean. Not against Raquel, she's not gonna win clean. So she wins dirty. But Raquel eventually dethroned Nikki Bella for the women's world title. That's what I think they should do. And if you want to bring AJ Lee back, if AJ Lee comes back, well, when AJ Lee returns, we already know where that's going. We already know where that shit going. She's going to be in a feud with Becky Lynch, but not to say AJ Lee couldn't still get a title match against Nikki Bella, and Becky Lynch just interfered, cost her the title match. I don't think that would be a bad idea. Yeah, we could get Nikki Bella versus AJ Lee, just not at WrestleMania. And like I said, we already know they're setting us up for AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch at WrestleMania 42 for the women's IC strap. And AJ Lee is going to likely be the one to win it. But who the fuck knows that they won't still book Becky Lynch to fucking retain at WrestleMania. I won't be a big shock if they do that shit. But but if you still want to get Nikki Bella versus AJ Lee, oh no, I'm saying, if you want to still get Nikki Bella versus AJ Lee for the women's world title, wouldn't be a bad idea. You can book that match for the main event on Monday Night Raw. And when AJ Lee thinks she got the match won, Becky Lynch comes out there and calls her the match. And Nikki Bella retains. They could do it like that. Like I said, Stephanie Vaquer is likely to be written off television. Those were my exact words. Those were my exact words. I'm just saying if she's written off television. I didn't say she was written off television. I said if she get written off television, they might as well go ahead and vacate the title. Give us Raquel Rodriguez versus Nikki Bella for the women's world title. Those are my exact words. What are you talking about? Listen. I never said Stephanie was written off television, although I thought she was at first. But I want for sure, so I took back what I said because I don't like giving out information and not knowing what I'm talking about. I make sure every topic I talk about is a legitimate fact. But once again, Stephanie Vaquer might be getting written off television due to the vicious attack on Raquel Rodriguez attacking her injured leg last night. But we'll see. Because honestly, Stephanie keeping the title with her injured leg, they're just holding the other talent down. And I'm a huge fan of Steph. I don't want to see her give up the title. But I don't want to see her not defending it neither, and she's injured. So I'm just being fair, man. I'm being a fair shooter. I'm being a fair shooter. Anyway, any new people in my chat that's a wrestling fan, subscribe to my channel. So man, so at this point, man, we gonna see how it all plays out. We're gonna see how it all plays out. But Triple H, man, Triple H, he's been fucking up calls after calls, man. Telling you, AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch is gonna be a complete fucking flop. AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch is gonna be a complete flop. AJ Lee is already boring. Maxine Dupree's mega push was for nothing. And you put the title back on Becky Lynch just so we can get, you know what I'm saying, AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch at WrestleMania 42. That match is gonna be that match is gonna be a dud. That match is gonna be a dud, man. That feud is gonna be a fucking flop. It's gonna be a flop. And I won't be surprised if CM Punk retains at WrestleMania 42 this year. AJ Lee wins the women's IC title at WrestleMania 42, and CM Punk and AJ Lee and AJ Lee and CM Punk walk out of WrestleMania 42 as both champions. I think that's what Triple H is going to do. That's exactly what I think Triple H is going to do. That's what I think is going to happen. So CM Punk might not be dropping that title soon. Because what I think the idea that Triple H already got locked in his head and gonna go with, he's gonna book. He's gonna book CM Punk to you know what I'm saying, retain the title at WrestleMania 42, and he's gonna book AJ Lee to win the women's IC title from Becky Lynch, and AJ Lee and CM Punk walk out of WrestleMania 42 as both champions. I think that's what the solution he's gonna go with. That's what I think he's gonna do. That's what I think is gonna happen. AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch is going to be a flop. I'm telling you, it's going to be a fucking flop. Telling you, man. Wrestling is mediocre, man. It's fucking mediocre. So, man, I mean, Raw was trash last night. Like I said, only good match on Raw last night was Liv Morgan versus Vaquer. That was the only match that cooked. And Paul and he talks about this is the Levesque era. No, this is favorite because Triple H shows favoritism. I already knew Io Sky and Real was going to win the title back. You know damn well he was going to book Real to win the title back. Because Rhea Ripley is Triple H's golden girl, as I said before. Because I knew they was going to win it back. So don't hate towards Io because Io Sky is one of my favorites, but I'm not a fan of Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley is overrated. But am I shocked she won the title back last night? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Not won it back, but she won it. So what might happen is with Io Sky and Rhea Ripley, when they lose the women's tag team titles, they may have Io Sky to turn on Rhea Ripley. No, she's not the GOAT. Rhea Ripley is overrated. That's what I said. I said what I said. If you like Rhea Ripley, if she your favorite, she your cup of tea, that's fine. Rhea Ripley is overrated. Highly overrated. Literally got added to a WrestleMania match and name wasn't even on the damn contract. That's exactly why Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler, know what I'm saying, got pissed off. That's exactly why Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler, both of them got, know what I'm saying, pissed off and called out the obvious. Rhea Ripley is overrated. She's a Charlotte Flair 2.0. That was then. That was then. Yeah, Judgment Day is watered down now, but still, Rhea Ripley is overrated. Did I say she looked like Flair? I said she's a Charlotte Flair 2.0 because she's handled everything just like Charlotte Flair. She overrated, man, and I'm gonna leave it at that. Say what you want to say. I don't have to be a fan of her just because you are. Right, right, exactly. Nah, just like Rhea Ripley won a feud against Liv Morgan when Liv Morgan shouldn't have lost that feud or the title. She's overrated. She's overpushed. She's been overpushed. Come on now. But of course, like I said, he put the title back on Rhea to give Rhea a title to hold. At this point, Rhea is nothing without the title. Rhea Ripley is nothing without the title. She's nothing without the title. She's another one. She's always in the title picture. Can she help the way she's booked? No, but that don't still don't mean I can't tell the truth and call out the obvious like I always do. But nothing against Io Sky. They call Io Sky overrated, but how many? How is Io Sky overrated when she's not handed title opportunities like that? Okay, whatever, man. But still, they're not gonna have real not to have no title. So what's gonna happen now? We about to Rhea Ripley and Io Sky and Rhea Ripley are two fresh are the fresh are the two fresh women's tag team champions. So what's about to happen is we're definitely about to get Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair versus Io Sky and Rhea Ripley and Lashley and Nia Jax for the women's tag team championships. We already know Alexa and Charlotte not winning them. So like I said before, and I'm gonna say it again. Alexa Bliss needs to pull the trigger on Charlotte Flair after the match. I said it before and I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna say it before, I'm gonna say it one more time. Alexa Bliss, Alexa Bliss getting revenge on Charlotte Flair is needed. It's a must. But this time Alexa Bliss, she joins Wyatt Six. Joins Wyatt Six with Nikki Cross along by her side. Because we all know um Nikki Cross and Charlotte Flair has a history too. But I don't think it is it's not as deep as it is with Alexa and Charlotte. With Alexa Bliss and Charlotte, it's more personal. It's more personal because Charlotte Flair ripped Alexa Bliss dolls to shreds in their second match at Extreme Rules, which Charlotte Flair won, and I was beyond pissed off about it. And Charlotte Flair ripped Alexa Bliss dolls to shreds. So you can play that up into a story. and Alexa Bliss pulls the trigger on Wyatt. Alexa Bliss pulls the trigger on Charlotte Flair after that women's tag team match against Io Sky and Rhea Ripley and Last Lady Nia Jax. So they can build a strong heated feud between Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. And when they face off for the third time, Alexa Bliss gets her first redemption match off Charlotte Flair by pinning her for the first time in her career. And it be on her resume that she's beaten all four of the fourth women, and she also avenged her dog Lily. And she move on. You know what I'm saying? That's how I say they should book it. That would be the perfect way to go out. That would be the perfect solution. You know what I'm saying? So I hope they go with their solution because that would be the perfect way to book it. So yeah, I like EO more than Real. Yeah, me too. I like EO Sky way more than Rhea Ripley. And Rhea Ripley, she's overrated. She's overrated. She's overpushed. So man, so we gonna see, man. We gonna see how SmackDown go. I'm gonna tune in for SmackDown. I don't know, maybe not, man. I might be out and about. Might be watching clips of it. I'm probably gonna be out and about Friday. I don't know. But don't nobody give me no spoilers, man. Nobody give me no spoilers about the women's tag team match with Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair versus Io Sky and Rhea Ripley last year. Not just don't nobody give me no spoilers. I ready to see it for myself. Hopefully I get what I want with Alexa Bliss turning on Charlotte. And Alexa Bliss finally beats Charlotte Flair. And you know what I'm saying? Alexa Bliss finally beat Charlotte Flair for the first time in her career and avenge her dog Lily. So nobody give me no spoilers. But yeah, man. Triple H stay fucking up some calls. But the thing is, Triple H, he show favoritism, man. He show favoritism. He show favoritism. And like I said, I know damn well everybody wanted to see Braun Breaker win the title last night. Braun Breaker has all the momentum in the world. He has all the momentum. He has a ton of damn momentum. He goes on a tear. He won the title for he dethroned CM Punk for the world title. And don't get me wrong. No, don't get me wrong. Braun Breaker ain't one of my favorites. But I'm just saying she should have been the choice. So he would have been a perfect choice to win last night. And he goes on a tear. When he dethroned CM Punk for the world title, he goes on a tear as champion. Then months can go down the road. CM Punk comes back. And he calls Braun Breaker the title, the world title. But it'll be a while before CM Punk return. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a while. Cause I believe he's written off television. No, what? Well, yeah, he is written off television. What the hell? What the fuck? What the hell? He is written off. But like I said, man, I won't be shocked if CM Punk retain at WrestleMania 42 this year, man. But I'm about to go ahead and get on up out of here, man. So Stephanie Vaquer, man, Stephanie Vaquer is likely gonna be written off television. So what she does, Nikki Bella is definitely gonna be the person going. So if Stephanie Vaquer gets written off television, then Nikki Bella is definitely going to be the one to win the title. So if she wins it, go ahead. Like I said, not win the title. If Stephanie Vaquer gets written off television, Adam Pearce needs to vacate the title because Nikki Bella ain't gone nowhere. So Adam Pearce needs to vacate the title and have so yeah, right. Adam Pearce once again. Adam Pearce needs to vacate the title and have Raquel Rodriguez and Nikki Bella to face off against each other for it. You know what I'm saying? So when Raquel thinks she has the match won, Nikki Bella, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, win dirty against Raquel. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? So Adam Pearce vacate the title and have Raquel Rodriguez and Nikki Bella to, you know what I'm saying, compete one-on-one for it. So when Raquel thinks that she has the match win, Nikki Bella wins dirty against Raquel. And she wins the title. She can go on her podcast on YouTube and brag about being the women's world champion, saying how she's the best and she paved the way for all the female wrestlers in the women's division day and say how none of them don't compare to her and they're going to put some respect on her name. But the feud is not over. The feud still continue on and still the feud still continue on between Raquel Rodriguez and Nikki Bella. And Raquel Rodriguez can eventually dethrone Nikki Bella for the women's world title, but let Nikki Bella get up to 100 days. You know, like I said, you can book a match between Nikki Bella versus AJ Lee on Monday Night Raw, and that could be the main event match. And Becky Lynch can cause AJ Lee the match, and Nikki Bella retains. So when Nikki Bella get up to 100 days as women's world champion, then Raquel can go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, take the strap back off of her. She take the strap back off of her. Then, you know what I'm saying, like I said, Liv Morgan wins the Women's Royal Rumble. And eventually, you know, she acts like she's so happy for Raquel being the Women's World Champion. And then, you know, later on down the line, Liv Morgan comes out of nowhere, blindside Raquel and turn on her. And put her on notice and let her know that she's coming for, you know what I'm saying, the strap. She's coming for the Women's World strap. And when they build a strong heated feud between those two, they build a story between Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez going into WrestleMania, a strong heated feud between those two. And they face off at WrestleMania for the Women's World title. Liv Morgan gets her first, you know what I'm saying, win off Raquel. She gets her first pinfall off Raquel. And also, you know what I'm saying, winning the Women's World title for a third time at WrestleMania 42. And we can go on from there. So with that being said, man, I'm going to get up out of here, man. Thanks everybody for commenting and sharing your thoughts, whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, it's your boy Hitman D, and I'm going to sign out.